Guys, deluded Gooner. Now I've had a chance to read some of the post game in regards to the Stoke defeat, post game Wenger comments, Czech comments, a lot of comments, and I'm just going to talk about what really caught my eye. Firstly, Arsene Wenger on defending, in which he said, and I've got it here for you, conceded 2 goals on corners last week. They only had 3 shots, referring to Stoke, on goal. So I don't feel we defended that badly. On set pieces, we are 100% guilty on the goal we conceded. Now, Wenger, I'm sorry, but last season, this season, now we're seeing it time and time again. There's an ignorance to when the play, what you say publicly and in privately, we know is different. You're probably getting onto them about that defending, but come on now. It does feel, I have to just look at it at face value, it does feel like you have an ignorance of accept, well, it is an ignorance to accept that we need to defend. We had all preseason. You guys always call me pessimistic and things like this. I'm not pessimistic. When there's an educated reason to be optimistic, I'm optimistic as hell. But I cannot be optimistic about my football club because I know 9 times out of 10 what is going to happen. I'd love to be wrong. I don't care about being right. I'd love to win Premier League and all them things there. But you can't with defending like this and ignorance. The same defending now can be said for Liverpool home and away, can be said for West Brom, can be said for what away last season, can be said for Everton and City last season, can even be said for United last season, even though we drew. Numerous incidences, the Bayern Munich 10-2, numerous incidences. Until we respect defending and put an emphasis on defending, we're always going to get embarrassed. You look at the Invincibles. You had Thierry Henry, who done more than his fair share of defending. I'm not saying he was always camped in our own box, but he had an appreciation that you have to do things for the other team. The same goes for Vieira. Yes, Vieira slightly different. He was breaking down possession and things like that, but you also saw him going forward. Longberg, Parla, all of these guys the same. The centre halves were demanding them to come back. It was about shining attackingly and shining defensively, and until we pull as a collective, it's ridiculous. Ozil had a better game than most last night. Appalling. Everybody was appalling. But I'm tired of seeing guys as a scapegoat now. I mean, he ran more than anyone. The second half, he definitely played better than anyone. He tried. Like, if you're gonna play it fair, we're all poor, but we cannot just single out guys, people like that, guys. Moving on. I think it was Czech who said this. I don't even know who said this. The next point on Stoke. Put a block of 8/9 players in front of the box under pressure. They were under pressure. They did desperate defending, waiting for the chance to counter. Now, what do I keep telling you guys? That's straight out of the handbook. Everybody fancies Arsenal. I mean, with the way Premier League is, everybody should fancy everybody. I mean, you see Liverpool and us. Liverpool, the sort of side, no disrespect to them, we're not much better, but they'll beat Chelsea one week, lose to West Brom the next week, or something like that. Everybody can beat everyone. That's what makes the Premier League exciting. So with that in mind, everybody fancies Arsenal. Everybody knows we're a soft touch. Everybody knows we're technically great and we're superior technically to most teams. But if you rough us up, if you get 8 or 9, like I tell you guys, this is coming out of a horse's mouth now. I've said it. If you don't listen to me, you've heard a player or someone connected with the club say it. If you get 8 or 9 behind the ball, remain compact defensively and counter, you have a chance. If you fancy Arsenal already on top of being pushovers, you know how they play, you fancy Arsenal as a 3 points. Back in the days, you heard Arsenal and United, this could even go for United. People were scared in the dressing room. If you have people scared before they stepped onto the pitch, 9 times out of 10 you can win a game without being 100% because they're going to not put tackles in. You guys have played Sunday League. I played for Norsemen as well as Edinburgh North Stars. There was a team when I played for Edinburgh North Stars called Cuffley. They were very posh side, a certain sort of elite sort of folk. I mean, football was sort of a hobby. We'd always smack them. Once, I kid you not, we beat them 24-0 when we were under 15s. We beat them under 14, sorry. We beat them 24-0. Before the game started, we won the game already. Why? Because they were intimidated. They were seeing inner city London people dressed a certain way, even though we're all in tracksuits. Behave in a certain way. They were intimidated before the match was even started. When we're shaking hands, you could feel the handshakes weren't sturdy. So when we're tackling them, they're not giving it back. They're pulling out of tackles. Their parents, sorry, are saying, "Oh, can you go easy on my kids? Could you stop scoring certain more goals?" We didn't have to get out of 100%. Anyone can ask my friends or anyone connected with the club if I'm lying about this story. You guys know I never lie about these things and don't make things up. That's an example. The game was won before we even played. I scored twice that game. I really should have had a hat-trick. I was playing right back, so that shows you can win games without people being scared of you, without being at 100%. Arsenal, we know people aren't going to fancy us. If people are always going to fancy us because we're a technically good team and we're small, we need to take advantage and be decisive. That is why I like 4-3-3. If you go and look at Bayern Munich away, when we beat them a couple of years ago. We had an inferior complex. There was purpose to our possession. We knew we were playing a superior side, so we were being decisive. We were trying to score. We weren't just passing and going through the motions. Why can't we take that exact same concept and apply that game in, game out? Because like you saw, second half 80% possession, first half I think 70, 6 shots on target. All the other stats going our way, probably more corners, all them things. But what's the only stats that matter? The 3 points, and more so because we got Liverpool next week. We don't walk away with that. We always dominate teams. Hell, half the time we even play better than teams, have more chances, but we don't walk away with the 3 points. Good football means nothing if you're not going to win titles and marry it with the defensive. I'm all for playing this Wenger ball. I don't think it's Wenger ball. It's just anything ball right now. It's just freestyling ball. If we're going to do that, I'm all for it. But you need to be intact defensively, in and out of position. You need to have some sort of meanness. I'm not even saying you need big and towering, intimidating guys. People just can't be soft touches and pull over. Ramsey pulling out of challenges. This is not how you win titles. Can you imagine Vieira, Gilberto Silva, these sort of guys pulling out of challenges? No, because they'll get beaten up in the changing rooms. My team would have beat my team, Norseman. If that happened, if I pulled out a challenge, people want to beat me up because that's an idiot thing. Put yourself on the line. Again, I'm not saying don't pull out of dumb challenge when people are just jumping and diving into headers. Into challenges. But if it's a simple 50-50, you can't pull out. 9 times out of 10, if you pull out of a 50-50, you get hurt more. And to see Ramsey do that, it's ridiculous. On top of Ramsey, he's more interested with being a forward. But it's not just about him. Everybody was poor. And Czech again said, we controlled the game, put them under constant pressure. They were waiting to counter. We created enough but didn't score. The main difference is the other side took their chances. Exactly. You can talk about the possession and the pretty combos and stuff until hell freezes over and heaven gates open, but you ain't got 3 points. If it was just based on possession and winning games, playing nice football to win games, we'd win trebles, we'd be the Barcelona of that. But it's not about that. 3 points is all that matters. You need to win ugly as well as playing beautiful. You need to win games when the pretty football isn't working, like last night. Like I keep telling you guys, when there's a reason to be optimistic, I'll be optimistic. But there's not. Like, I would love to be wrong. I'm not even pessimistic about this club. Well, I am, but I told you guys to expect this. How can I be angry to a degree when I expect this? Like, I expect this. It's disappointment. It's not even anger. It's disappointment. Like, it's disappointment. There's not much more to say on that, guys. We move on to Liverpool. Wishing on a star with that one, because Mane is going to kill us, really. But yeah, we're wishing on a star. Credit to Wenger. He said, regardless of decisions and things, it's our fault. But what else can you say? You forced playing 3 at the back. Even if you wanted to play 3 at the back, play the defenders, man. Mertesacker, we know he's past it, and he probably would have got destroyed as well as Monreal. But for the very fact is, last week you saw a lack of communication. Put Mertesacker there. He's a leader. I don't know why Holding's not there, but put Mertesacker in the middle. He's a leader. Think he's in for either side of him. He'll be all right. He would have directed people. Do you not think? I think that Monreal thing would have been cut out because Mertesacker has the decency to have sniffed that out quicker or told someone to drop quicker. We could have played 4 at the back, even if you wanted to play Monreal centre half. There was no need. We went 4 at the back when it was too late. We got 2 left backs playing centre half, a right back playing left back. I'm not even angry about the left back thing because we've seen Ox and Bellerin swap flanks and do alright. But Bellerin was poor yesterday. Ox was so. But there's not much more to say on it, guys. Hope we get some sort of business done. That's all I can say. Guys, I'm signing out. Thank you very much.